Hi, my name's Rob.
I'm Aaron.
This is a class of its own, and this is Fred, the project car for our parents. My brother has been doing most of the work underneath the car. He has stripped out both the front and rear subframes, the brakes, fuel tank, etc. We've jet washed underneath the car again to get rid of any mud, things like that, to get it prepared ready for a two-part epoxy rust treatment that we're hoping will prolong the life of the car a bit longer. And we've got a whole bunch of suspension components, brake components, etc. ready to go on once the rust treatment has taken place. We will go to the shop underneath the car to show you how the underneath the car looks at the moment. Right, so here we are. We'll start at the back. I might as well show you right from the very back of what it's like underneath. Just get the brake light into place. As you can see, all the rear suspension and subframe, fuel tank, etc. are all out now. The little areas of rust that you can see in the video coming up a bit worse in the video, they're not actually that bad at all. It is literally just surface rust. As you can see from that arch, just there, if I can do it, just there, is really good. Normally they can rot out around that little black grommet. Absolutely spot on there. Just get a bit further under. Oh, light's playing up. There we go. Just a bit of surface rust, as I say, it is coming out a lot darker on camera, which makes it look a lot worse. It is all solid, it's just surface rust. A little bit of surface rust in that arch there again, but it is solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that two-part epoxy that I mentioned earlier in the introduction. We're going to treat the little bits of rust that are there to give it some protection, and we'll go from there. Once it's done, it'll then be cleaning, stripping and painting subframes, and going from there really. Rebuilding all suspensions, both subframes, front and rear, shock absorbers, etc. you name it. So So, following on from the previous video where you saw us using wire brushes, things like that, ready in preparation for the rust treatment to go on the 2-part epoxy, we have now completed that. The epoxy has been applied. We've then gone over and wax oiled absolutely everything underneath the car. I know people perhaps aren't so keen on wax oil, but we found it works for us. So it's one of those things that we keep on top of once, maybe twice a year. Not too much of a big issue. But we've done that. The subframes, obviously they've been cleaned up with a knot wheel on a grinder. They've all been completely cleaned up, rust treated, and they've then been painted as well for just another coat of protection. It's had new upper rear arms, new shock absorbers, new lower rear arms, new bushes in the trailing arms, various bushes at the back end. What else does it have? Front lower arms, drop links, rear arm lower bushes, shock absorbers, springs, top mounts, new brake pipes all the way through there, Conifer, along with new Union fittings on ends and things like that. So quite a lot of work has been undertaken just in the last few days since the previous video was recorded. We didn't want to record all of it going on all at once because there were just too many distractions going on, unfortunately. Work commitments and background noise and things like that. It was just a case of we'll put together what we can just so we've got a bit of an end video. This is just an update. The car isn't finished yet, as you can see. We're not a million miles away from the mechanical side being finished at this point. All suspension, things like that's pretty much done now. It's just last few bits that we need to finish off. Just wanted to give you an update as to how Fred's coming along, and just how far it's come in such a short space of time, really. We will probably give a breakdown on just what everything has come to in terms of cost, but we'll do that once we've done the paint and MOT, things like that. We will be looking towards getting the MOT done, and then we'll be sorting out the cosmetic things like paint, roof, bonnet, things like that. But at the moment I've got to give a big thanks to my brother, who has actually been doing quite a lot of the work due to, like I say, my work commitments. So again, thanks to my brother, Az, for doing that. So we'll give another update when we've completed more work. We'll take more photos, videos, and keep you up to date in due course. So from here on, see you later.